where the player takes half an hour to get to the touchline as he claps the crowd. That's one thing, but I think as your piece says, if someone...
The talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yes, here we go then, the Clips of the Week, and we start with Jim White, who we're guessing was Bart Simpson.
You can text me at 81089. And just for Chris P. Bacon on Twitter, Jim White blaming Brexit.
Yeah, there could be a Chris P. Bacon.
It's unlikely.
It seems
there's
unlikely.
Crispy Duck on Fisherman's Blues.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Here's Mark Saggers and Ray Houghton now offering some insight into Euro 2020 qualifying.
Kazakhstan 0, Russia 3 now, Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't sound much of a game, did it, really, by the sound of it? Yeah, couldn't bring much to the table there. Now, Fisherman's Blues now, and I always enjoy Nigel Botherway's show opener. It's usually a kind of famous quotation or one of those lovely slices of homespun philosophy. So I wonder what uplifting start he's got for us today.
You weren't born to just pay bills and die.
Yeah, cheers, Nigel.
Thanks.
That's really given me a lift. Well, I'm going to put the Lighthouse Family back on instead. Dear me.
And why is it that Ray Parlour can't say the word fight?
Yeah, that's where you won the game, probably. But yeah, you had to go into the game with that sort of rivalry, and you can go back to the late 80s when, you know, there's a big fight on a pitch at Old Trafford.
He really struggles with that word, doesn't he?
Why?
Well, maybe for once he did mean that, because, you know, that can happen during a football match.
That's a favour,
Make
anyway.
it interesting, you are the ref. Now, here is what Quinny would call the classic time check Fox Paz by Ali McCoist on breakfast.
Just going here to call Fletcher's coming with a sport.
It happens.
Yes. Well, going right the way back to Dickie Davis.
He's broken his duck there.
Exactly.
Well done, Ali. We've all done it at some point.
Dean Saunders now discussing player changes that Ollie might make at United.
He can now start pointing the finger at some of the ones he wants to get rid of, and he's got the power to actually cut their legs off.
It's not good for the resale value.
It's
is
probably
it?
not really. I mean, I doubt if Ed Woodward's going to be massively impressed for that, because it's certainly going to make him harder to shift, I would think. Simon Jordan now, the future Prime Minister, of course, according to Neil Warnock, who just occasionally likes to communicate via the medium of Morse code.
But it kind of, those sort of things make you believe that Cardiff just don't have the luck.
Mayday.
He saved the ship. It's fantastic. The 2-in-1 that was. Brilliant.
Back to Fisherman's Blues now. And Nigel had news of a fishing show where you could buy a new book.
If you go to the big one today at Farnborough, you'll be able to buy a copy and get it signed by Jeremy. If you're not going to the big one, and again, you don't want to wait till May, if you go to the other big one.
What do you mean the other big one? There can only be one big one. Can only be big ones? Can there be? You can't have two big ones, can you? It'll be the big one too, or the big two.
The big one too.
Well, the big one. Yeah. Anyway, that's my point. Anyway, you can't have two big ones.
Yeah.
It's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now this was a guest on our show yesterday. Joining us now, Scottish football broadcaster David Tanner. Hi, David.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Andy. Good to have you on.
Good to have you on. Isn't it our show?
It's our show.
A bit carried away with himself.
I do like that
Maybe,
one.
Actually, that is interesting. The gaffer's come in to watch, and there's a bloke in a uniform with two cardboard boxes. And I did see David Tanner in a meeting earlier on, shaking hands.
Hello, David.
Yeah, hello, David. Thanks for it. So maybe he's gone 25
the last
hours
15
too early.
minutes.
Yeah, I think he is, yeah. Okay.
It's me, and it's back to Jim White, chatting to former Rochdale midfielder Joe Thompson.
And you were scouted by Manchester United.
Yeah.
You were born in Bath, right? Now, was that when you were down here, or was that when you were just a young kid?
Yeah, very young, I would imagine.
Baby, I would have said. Yeah, very unlikely.
So were you born as a young... Yeah, no, I think what he meant was...
of course.
We know what he meant, but let's not stop just doing that before. This is Goffey describing his nightly routine.
When you're watching, so I don't want the TV on, because it wake everybody up. So I stick the earphones on, get a little iPad out, get the old Netflix on, and how's your father?
Isn't it Bob's your uncle? Although actually, some of the stuff on Netflix, How's Your Father might actually work, won't it, really?
Possible, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Ray Parlour again with a country and manager combo.
Yeah.
Because I know hiding nothing
Well, you can't even play San Marino.
Yeah,
you know,
just got to win.
San Marino.
San Marino, yeah. It could be Jose's long-lost son. And just one more from Jim White with a competition entrant earlier today.
Are you ready to play Sports Crazy Sports Fact, Adam?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I like you.
Bit creepy, Jim.
What's really?
A little bit creepy. And finally, Andy.
And finally, if you own a pub, just pray Nigel Botherway pops in sometime soon.
I paid 16 quid for a pint of Guinness.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
Really?
16 quid for a pint of Guinness. So if you see Nige coming... I think he was in Scandinavia. I think he may have been in Iceland.
Even in
or
Norway. You know, he was in Norway, but 16 quid.
Oh, yeah, you're not aware of this, Andy?
Well, 8 quid, I would have thought.
Oh, no.
16
8 quid. Yeah, he's not joking. Frighteningly, that is the case. So, there we are.
I'm not going to the Norway jump meeting.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, their equivalent
the Oslo
of
Festival.
Imagine Alan, he'd bankrupt us, wouldn't he? So there we are. Thank you to Martin Hearn, Tim Bailey, Ruthless, David Clark, Alex McLean, Wardy, Roger in Durham, Glyn Berrington, Chris Kieran, Arnold Anderson, Pat, and the Sultan. They all suggested clips that were played this week.
Talk to me, please, about the Copa Libertadores final.
It's the European Cup final, but for South Americans. Darren, I can't tell you, this needs 30 minutes, not 30 seconds. The final is El Super Clasico. For the first time ever in this tournament, Boca Juniors and their great rivals...